Hi students, welcome. In today's class we are discussing about cycloidal curves. So here the basics, three important cycloidal curves are there. One is cycloid, next one is epicycloid, and third one is hypocycloids. So here the cycloid is nothing but a rolling wheel. Okay, a rolling wheel rolls on a straight line. For example, a cycle, bicycle or two-wheeler or heavy vehicles, whatever it may be, the wheel, tire, okay, it rolls on that horizontal plane. That is nothing but on road. So that one, it is one of the example. And next thing, a coin, for example, a coin rolls on that table. That's one. So it forms one curve. So let us consider any one point on the circumference of that rolling wheel. And next thing, when it is rolls, it forms one curve. Just like it is, just imagine it is an imaginary curve. Okay. So that curve name is called cycloid. Once again, a rolling wheel rolls on a straight line. So let us consider, so without rolls that wheel, we can't able to generate the curve. Therefore, the rolling wheel is also called as generating wheel. It's nothing but to generate the curve. So therefore, the rolling wheel is considered as generating wheel. Next one, so if the curve we need, it forms curve, or otherwise you need that perfect generation of curves means, so without rolling not possible. But if you want to roll the wheel, we need some reference plane or otherwise some flat surface. So that surface or that line is called directing line. So without directing line, we can't able to roll the any elements. Correct. So that's one. Similarly, a rolling wheel rolls on the another wheel. So one wheel is there, on that wheel one more wheel is rolling. So that big one is directing wheel and another small one is rolling wheel. Okay, not big and small. So one rolls on the other. The rolling wheel rolls on the another wheel, that is called epicycloid. Okay. Similarly, a rolling wheel rolls inside the another wheel. It generates one curve. That curve name is called hypocycloid. Clear? So a rolling wheel rolls on a straight line, cycloid. A rolling wheel rolls on the another wheel, epicycloid. A rolling wheel rolls inside that another wheel, hypocycloid. Okay. So we discuss one by one. So in first we discuss about how to construct a cycloids. Clear? So let us consider a rolling wheel of size 40 mm. So just assume that question. A rolling wheel of dia 40 mm, it rolls on a straight line for one complete revolution. A rolling wheel of dia a rolling wheel is nothing but generating wheel. A rolling wheel of dia 40 mm, it rolls on a straight line. So straight line is nothing but directing line. A rolling wheel of dia 40 mm, it rolls on a straight line. So draw a curve. Okay. So first thing, let us consider a dia 40. So you know that first you draw one circle and before first you find the center point. So you draw one circle, a circle of dia 40 mm. Okay. And next one is the circle divided into 8 equal parts. So in previous video we are discussing about the circle divided into 8 equal parts. How to divide a circle by using 8 equal set square for 8 equal parts. Similar case, the circle divided in 12 equal parts, 30-60 degree with the help of 30-60 degree set square. And next one is by using the help of 45 degree set square. So that's one. So, and one more thing, the 8 equal parts is less than 50 mm, I said. That is the circular size is small means the 8 equal parts is enough. If the circle size is big one means you go for 12 equal parts. Clear? So, therefore, now here in this problem the circular wheel diameter is 40 mm. So, therefore, 8 equal parts is enough. You know how to divide 8 equal parts by using 45 degree set square, or which method you feel easy, you follow that one. So, already 4 vertical and horizontal axis, so 4 equal parts are there. Furtherly, the 90 degree divided by 2, 45. So each 45 degree. Clear? So this is, so first you assign, for example, initial point P. Okay, next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 is nothing but initial point. Clear? Next thing, after that you draw one. So now the generating wheel is completed. Next, the directing line you want to draw. So the directing wheel means, so here in problem already they given, it rotates one complete revolution. It's one complete revolution. So therefore, one complete revolution means this is the circle. For example, one initial point, it's one complete revolution is nothing but circumference. So circumference is nothing but it's 2 pi r or otherwise pi d. You know well. So therefore, the pi d distance is nothing but circumference. Because one complete revolution means only one revolution. For example, 2 revolutions means 2 times pi d. Clear? Like that. So therefore, so this is direct generating wheel. Next, directing line is from starting point P, you draw one line. The line length is pi d distance. It's nothing but circumference distance. Okay. For example, so the distance is pi d. So the diameter d is 40 mm, therefore pi 3.14 into 40 mm. How much we got? Clear? So pi value 3.14 into d value 40 mm. So therefore 3.14 into 40, that much distance from point P to here. So start and end. So starting point and after completion of one revolution, ending point, both are letter P. Start and end same. Next thing, after that you draw one rectangle from here. Clear? So from P to P it is pi d distance. Similar case, you draw a projection lines from 1. The projection line is passing through number 7 also. Up to pi d distance. Next, from 2 and also center point also is there. So 2 O 6. So it is center point also is coincide. Therefore, let us assume the projection line you consider as, instead of this projection thin continuous, you put center line method. Next thing, from 3 you draw the projection line, definitely is passing through number 5. Clear? That's one. And fourth one, so this one. So from center, where you want first initial point, you are consider point P. From here pi d distance. So all the projection lines up to pi d distance. Clear? That's what. Next thing, the circle divided into 8 equal parts in our problem, our wish. Same thing, that total pi d distance also divided into 8 equal parts. So you had taken 12 equal parts, means the pi d distance also taken divided into 12 equal parts. So how many equal parts you are consider the circle same number of equal parts in directing line also. Clear? So you know how to divide that PP line into n equal parts. Same, you draw one inclined line from any one corner, take some x radius, it is 1 from here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know the divide a line procedure. Okay. So in case you forget, means please refer divide a line procedure video. Okay. Similar case, this is how to divide a circle. Go through that video, and how to divide a line, that also refer our video. Next, after completion of these 8 equal parts, you know that by using drafter scale, from last and last you join it. After that, from last to first, number 8 to 1, you draw the parallel lines with the help of drafter. It is very easy. Okay. So by using drafter, finally the point comes to here only. Okay. So you do from last to first. Clear? So all the projection lines you draw from last 8 to 7, 6, 5, like that in reverse order. Okay. So finally you draw the projection line joining from 8 to P, like that. Draw the parallel lines, each and every lines are parallel. Finally we got, this is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are nothing but 0 are nothing but P. That's so this is the all P to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, like that. Everything is equidistance. Clear? Next thing, you draw the line, projection lines from point 1 up to center. Center O also is there, no? Up to center. You draw line perpendicular. So from 1, from 2, from 3, from 4, this one. So why I mentioned 4 is up to top, remaining all are up to center. So after, for one complete revolution, first half revolution, it reached the maximum. For time consumption, I mentioned that middle division. So 8 equal parts means 4 is middle, 12 equal parts means 6 is middle. So the midpoint is I extended up to the top end for time consumption. 5, 6, 7, this one. Okay. So after division of that pi d distance, okay, you get that number 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, that point, you draw one vertical line, okay, up to that center. Next thing, center line. Next thing, let us consider this one is, this point is from, let us assume from P also you draw one vertical line, is exactly coincide here. So now this one, so it is center point of number 1, this is center point of number 2, center of 3, center 4, C5, C6, C7, C8 is nothing but end. First and last same. Okay. Next thing, very important. So how much diameter they given? 40 mm diameter. So take radius 20. Okay, radius 20. Now C1 as the center. Let us assume radius 20. This is radius. It is center point, intersection line. Okay. So radius is common 20 because the diameter is 40, therefore radius 20 mm. It's a common radius value. Center point. So now C1 as the center. C1 as the center. Where you want to intersect that line? Which line you want to intersect? So here in that circle, number 1 projection is there, no. So that projection lines you want to, for example, this is the radius. Okay, this is the radius, circle radius. So C1 as the center, intersect arc on that number 1 line here, this one. Clear? That's one. Next, same radius is common, intersect arc on that number 1 line, horizontal line. Okay, intersect, okay, horizontal is nothing but projections from circle, number 1 point. Next, same radius, C2 as the center, intersect arc on that number 2 line. So same radius, first C1 is over, intersect arc on that number 1 line. Next is C2 as the center, intersect arc on that number 2 from circle. So it's coincide on that axis itself. So here it cuts. Next, C3 is a center, same radius, number 3 line you want to intersect. So C3 as the center, number 3 line intersect here. Next, number 4, C4 as the center, number 4 means topmost. So I extended initially, that's one. Next, C5, 3, 5, 2 in one line. So C5 as the center, so from C3 is the center, this is the arc, same C5 as the center, same line, because number 5 also is coincide. Next, C6 as the center, number 2, 6, same line, that is nothing but axis line. And one more thing, so from middle, so left side how much distance is there, same distance right side also. So for this arc from center how much distance is there, same distance here also, like that. And one more, another one, C4 as the center, intersect arc on the number 1, 7, from here to here it's cut. And last C8 or CP, its intersect arc on the P means exactly here. So therefore starting also here, ending also here, exact middle is topmost. Yeah. So now you join all the points. So now this one is P1, locus P, locus 2, that is nothing but point P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, and last one is P8 is nothing but P. Now you join all the points by freehand curve or otherwise by using French curve. Clear? That's one. Let us assume approximate fine. Clear? That's one. Like this. Okay. So this is P1, P2, P3. So you join all. So this is that cycloidal curves. Clear? Okay. So starting point P. So sometimes we get doubt. So why the starting point P is considered here? Why can't we take here or here or here, anywhere? Okay. So in problem, a rolling wheel of some size and rolls on a straight line for one complete revolution, draw the cycloidal curves means default. Let us consider the starting point P point initially on road where the wheel and straight line is intersecting or is contact. That point is default you consider as point P here. Specifically they mention, for example, the point P initially farthest from road. So farthest from road means from here. So here to farthest means maximum, opposite end, maximum distance. Therefore here maximum distance means number 4. So therefore this is the starting point. So our example same. So first one is the black curve is the initial point P. They not mentioned in condition. Therefore let us assume default on road where the wheel and line is contact. That's one. Specifically they mention the initial point P on farthest from road means this is the direct opposite farthest. So let us consider this is starting point P. Okay, this is 1, this number is 2, this division 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, like that. Same procedure remaining, everything is same. Curve only C1 as the center, intersect arc on that. This is point P, means within that circle. For farthest case, I put that 1, 2, 3, 4 within the circle. Therefore, C1 as the center, intersect arc on that, number 1. This side is cut, don't cut this side, that one. It is P1. C2 as the center, intersect arc on that, number 2. Here. C3 as the center, intersect arc on that, number 3. C4 means bottommost, because starting point P, topmost means first half revolution it reaches bottom. So from topmost is there means it reaches bottom, like that. Next thing, C5 here it cuts. C6 radius is same 20. C6 number 6th line here. C7 number 7. C8 is nothing but end topmost. Therefore, your curve comes from top and it reaches bottom, first half revolution, then second half revolution it reaches top. Clear? Understand? So this one is default case if any conditions is not given where the initial point is not. Okay. If specifically they given farthest means this curve is farthest curve, green color. Understand? Clear? Right. Okay, students. So in next video we discuss about how to draw a tangent and normal for these cycloids and remaining cycloids, epi and hypocycloids. We'll discuss in next videos, next class. Clear? Thank you.